Wait, what? Well, basically what he wants them to do is just say out loud, trade me or don't. Just that's it. What do you think? You buying it?
I mean, I don't think you can start off calling somebody a coward and then say respectfully.
With all due respect, you're a coward.
I do see, what Perk is saying as far as just the public, just, everybody involved that has to, talk about this on a daily basis. We do want to know,
I agree.
Where you firmly stand. And it's always this, I'll send my team out to talk for me, but for me, I'm always keep it politically correct or put cushion.
He's got an image.
Which is fine, yeah. But, at this point, with this being with all these years of rumors, like at some point we want to actually know where the person stands. We want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So I can't read in between the lines and see what Kendrick Perkins means, but at the same time, to call somebody a coward and then say respectfully at the end,
I'm not buying.
I think that message goes over your head for sure.
I'm not buying. I'll go directly against Boogie and Perk, but they got different personalities than me, so I get it. But listen, if Giannis was talking too much and out loud, we would say he's a distraction. We would say he's causing a distraction, and you put that on top of them not having the success that they're supposed to be having as a team, it turns into a bigger distraction. I made this argument for Ja Morant. You pay these people millions of dollars. Let them do their job. All right? Let them do their job, because if it goes left, the only person that's standing out there and on the forefront of this argument is going to be Giannis and his reputation and his image. And in the market that he's in, what he's been able to do in Milwaukee, you don't want that to turn sour. You always want to go have a place that you can call home, where you can be celebrated, and he's possibly going to have a statue. He's obviously going to get his number retired and all of these things. You don't want that public image in that city to turn sour by saying, get me out of here. So I like the fact of how they're doing it behind closed doors. He doesn't have to make the waves. Allow your agent and other people to do it for you. So for that reason, don't call him a coward because he's not doing it the way that you want him to do it or how you would do it for your personal career. Everybody has different personalities. So I'm disagreeing. I'm not buying.
Wow. Yeah, I'm totally with Lou. That was well said. I don't think it's his role. I don't think it's his job. I don't think he has to say that. I think he is a basketball player and he has representation. He has an agent, and he's not forced to do that. So to call him a coward over something like that, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. And again, what's weird to me is he did say he had like the team. He addressed the team, and Kuzma said he didn't.
He said that was fair.
So I don't know.
But that's the point.
So that was weird.
So that's the whole point in what Perkins is saying. It's like it's all this chatter, and we obviously know.
Giannis could just put an end to it right now.
Just put an end to it or stamp it. Like, and I agree with everything Lou said as far as, the professionalism part and handling the public perception the right way. But at the same time, we know where these messages are coming from. You know what I mean? And we talk about having a distraction. It's a distraction anyway. You're the best. You're the superstar on this team. You're the superstar in this city. It's already a distraction. On top of that, y'all are already losing.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? You're getting the same result.
The difference is if you're losing and you say, I want out, you talking about a different attitude in the city.
Passive aggressive. But you're getting the same results.
It could just go sideways real quick if he
really quick. They're losing.
No, but I'm saying in the public eye, with the city, with that fan base, then you involve them when you say when you clearly say I want out. Now we talking about possibly seeing Giannis get booed and criticized in Milwaukee.
But everybody knows he wants out.
But it's different when you say it.
It's different.
Look, I'm with you. I feel like...
Yeah, but...
Like, this isn't some big secret. Like,
if you don't start talking,
I'm sorry. This isn't some big secret that we're trying to figure out. We know Giannis wants to be moved. So the fact of the matter is, just stamp it, Giannis. Like, but I think what he's achieved in Milwaukee won't.
I agree with that.
I don't think anything changes.
Do we know he wants to get moved, or do we know he just wants to win?
He wants
we've seen guys in this position around the league, bro. Like, you didn't think LeBron was going to go out of Cleveland like that.
How about Damian Lillard? That was an interesting one.
Okay.
But they all stamped it. Damian Lillard stamped it.
Eventually he did, which was crazy.
He's still praised in Portland. He was still welcomed back with open arms. He just did it the correct way. He was a man about it.
It did take him a minute. Because he had said one. He used that damn forever word. You can't use forever and never.
I don't. But that's what I'm saying. He can't force nobody to trade him anyway. So if he's already said it, if he had that much of an impact, where management be like, okay, he would have been traded. So it's no point to do that out loud when, again, your name. Who's the GM for the Milwaukee Bucks?
John Horst.
I don't know that. You feel me? I don't know that. But John Horst, his face not gonna be on this.
No.
Right? That's the point that I'm trying to make. Right. His face not gonna be on it. It's gonna be Giannis' face. It's gonna be Giannis' reputation on the line. It's gonna be his resume on the line that people are gonna be able to nitpick and say, "Damn, I thought you were a Buck for life and this and that." They're not making that case for John. Not.
I think regardless your stance on it, I just don't think coward is the right
Coward's
word.
I disagree
harsh. With that.
I agree with
Absolutely.
that being a little bit harsh. All right, Chandler, you're up first on this one. Carmelo said that if LeBron actually really, really wanted to, he could lead the league in scoring, and he also went on to claim that he could average 30 in year 23 if he set out to do so.
I don't know if the minutes would be there for 82 games. Listen, it's LeBron James. I think if he wants to be aggressive and go foul hunt and get downhill and get to the free throw line, I think he could do that more. I think when you play with a Luka and an Austin Reeves who's having an insane year, I think he can afford to be a little more passive this year and let those guys kind of take over the offense on most nights. To say he's going to average more points than the SGAs of the world right now is a bold statement at that age and that point of his career. But again, he is one of the greats and he is unbelievable and he is the best scorer and the number one in scoring of all time. So I don't necessarily think he could lead the league in scoring, especially with Luka and Austin Reeves on his team, but I understand what he's saying.
I ain't buying it. One, that's just not LeBron's playing style. Two, obviously the current situation he's in. I think it's hard for any player in this league. You can name the greatest of all time to average, not score, to average 30 next to a Luka Doncic. I just don't think that's humanly possible. It's not enough basketballs to go around. Obviously, this is no knock to LeBron. He's still great. He's, arguably greatest all time. That changes nothing, but that's just not how basketball works, so I have to disagree.
Not buying. He hasn't led the league in a decade and a half, and he ain't going to do it in year 23. Like, I understand what Melo is trying to say. If Brown wanted to be aggressive, he could be more of a scoring threat than what he is. But leading the league in scoring, that's a tall task to throw on him when you haven't seen him do it in 15 years. That's just not his style of play. He doesn't really play that brand of basketball. And listen, the league gets younger and younger, and the team that he's on, they don't need him to be the leading scorer. They got a guy that wears number 77 that they need to be that guy for them. That's not necessarily his position. So, no, I ain't buying that.
Luka's literally first.
No bias. I know.
He's averaging 35, and so it would be. And Austin Reeves is 9th in scoring at 28.
That's also.
So how many points are they going to score? 200 a game?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Ain't happening.
I'd like to hear what you think about the following. Celtics owner Bill Chisholm said that when the Warriors lose, their fans go to the beach. When the Celtics lose, their fans are depressed. Okay, so basically you're just going to tell us that Celtics fans and East Coast fans, I suppose, are more bought in than other franchise at the beach. What would even do that?
I mean,
geographically speaking,
I would assume the Warriors could afford to go to the beach after a loss. They've had a dynasty in the last decade, so I think their fans are a little more comfortable.
Why is he picking on, that's weird.
Yeah, this is weird in general. Yeah, this is stupid.
Do we buy the East Coast fans are more bought into basketball?
I think the tradition of the Celtics is what he's saying, where they care, they get there early. They're not like the Miami Heat. But I don't agree with this.
I don't think their fan bases on the East Coast are more bought in. You just have some fan bases that like to root for their team, whether good or bad. I've played in markets where a team might not want you to win because it gives them something good to talk about when you lose. It's something to rally around. It's trauma bonding.
I have a counter. Just having lived on the East Coast, and you guys know this for as long as I have. There is something to East Coast sports fans sort of living in misery. And I mean that with all due respect. But I don't know whether it's like you're trapped in your house, it's 12 degrees outside, sports are sort of everything you have.
It's cold weather.
There is something.
Eagles fans. Think about like
Jets fans, Giants fans, like Knicks fans live and die, and they haven't really had they're finally on the up and up, but they've had a really long drought. So I kind of get it. Like there's more going on, maybe.
They deal with a lot of overcast.
I don't know, but that is true. Like think about like Jets fans, how miserable and depressed they are when every single year when they stink, they are upset. the Lakers are stink, I think they just kind of move on and look forward to next year. So there is a little bit of that.
little
But
something to it.
I've seen Lakers fans run guys out of town,
I
bro.
don't want the purple and gold. They do not move on.
It's a different vibe.
Tough
They do not
fan
move
base.
like
Now,
less.
however, it is a little easier to cope when you got that sunshine
I'm
in the beach.
saying.
But what I'm saying is they don't just move on. I think they're dead serious about their sports just as much as East Coast teams. But the environments are different and attitudes might be different.
There's an intensity level I think is different.
I think this is a question for some former Laker guys.
Oh.
And how
You call it. Listen,
Yeah,
I done been
I've
Philly.
seen guys.
I done been LA.
I've seen Kyle Kuzma get thrashed. I've seen KCP get thrashed. I've seen Andre Drummond get ran up. Like the list goes on.
I've seen it both ways.
The West Coast fan base is definitely
I will
up there.
say
as
that when
well.
I think of ruthless NBA fans, I think of Philly.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
Of Boston,
Think
I
of
feel like,
East
and I think
Coast.
of Knicks. They're all
Put
East
the Lakers
Coast.
in there.
But I've
as
seen
well.
both though. I can.
It
What
gets
you
real.
just said, Beadle, I can attest to this. I've played for Philly and the Lakers, and I felt equally. I felt equally as embarrassed when we didn't do what we needed to do on both teams.
It's a weird way to end the show today. I feel like this debate could go on forever and ever, but that is going to do it for us from Vegas. Good news is we'll be back the next couple of days, and tomorrow we'll spend an entire hour just previewing that game tomorrow night.
Let's do it.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Run it up, run it back, yeah, yeah. Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.